Another day, another story. Here are some upcoming tech news. Apple.
What is the conflict between Canada and India? The current conflict between Canada and India is centered on the alleged involvement of Indian agents in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a Canadian citizen and Khalistani extremist who was gunned down in Surrey, British Columbia, in June 2023. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has accused India of having a potential role in the murder, while India has denied any involvement and accused Canada of supporting Sikh separatists. The conflict has led to a diplomatic row between the two countries, with India expelling a senior Canadian diplomat and Canada reciprocating by expelling an Indian official. The conflict has also sparked protests in both Canada and India, with supporters of Nijjar demanding justice and supporters the Indian government accusing Canada of interference in India's internal affairs. The conflict between Canada and India over the Khalistan issue has a long history. Sikh separatists have been demanding an independent Sikh state, Khalistan, since the 1980s. India has cracked down on Sikh separatists, and there have been several violent incidents between the two sides. The current conflict is the most serious between Canada and India in recent years. It is important to note that the allegations against India have not been proven, and India has denied any involvement in the murder of Nijjar. However, the conflict has highlighted the deep divisions between Canada and India on the issue of Sikh separatism. It is unclear how the conflict will be resolved, but it is likely to have a negative impact on the bilateral relationship between the two countries. In addition to the current conflict over the alleged involvement of Indian agents in the murder of Nijjar, there are a number of other areas of tension between Canada and India. These include human rights. India has been criticized by Canada for its human rights record, particularly its treatment of Muslims and other minority groups. Trade. Canada has accused India of imposing unfair trade barriers on Canadian goods. Immigration. India has accused Canada of not doing enough to crack down on illegal immigration from India. It is important to note that the relationship between Canada and India is complex and multifaceted. The two countries have a number of shared interests, including trade, security, and climate change. However, there are also a number of areas of disagreement, such as the Khalistan issue and human rights. It is hoped that the current conflict between Canada and India can be resolved through dialogue and diplomacy. Both countries have a lot to gain from a strong and stable relationship.